We will make $1 million this one. Our last one, we didn't quite make $1 million.
Make us millions of dollars. You know that?
Was that your goal?
It was. I said in the video,
Make us millions of dollars.
that was a stepping stone for this one. We'll make millions. And this thing.
All right.
Okay, so this plot of land right behind me, connected to the house right there, is going to be the new studio. This will be my third studio. The first one we started in my basement in Farmington, Utah. This was the studio. Now it's all empty. Packing up, moving to St. George. Kind of sad to see this place empty. Created a lot of good content down here. A lot of. Later moved to St. George, Utah. Put it in our third car garage. Ready for a new studio, Lar?
I'm ready. So our house
Case in
cannot
point,
be like
this
this.
is our front entryway with client boxes. We're out of space. We're busting at the seams. Lar's last day in the studio officially.
Hour.
This has been good to us. And we need some expansion. We've outgrown our space, and this is gonna take us a long way, actually. This studio is gonna be about 50 feet long, 2 stories high, complete with a couple bedrooms, a mezzanine, and we think it'll take us pretty far. New home.
This is gonna be it.
Yep,
It's crazy.
it is. Here it is.
Here it is. I'll light it out. I'm gonna be moving to that one.
That one? Yeah, the gray one?
Studio's going right there. Studio is going to attach to the house right here. Laying rebar today in preparation for the cement. All right, concrete is done. Next up is framing. It's delivery day for the actual framing, the trusses, the roof, the rooms of the studio. Now, the problem is we're sitting in a crazy amount of mud, and the driver just told me, he's like, I don't know if I want to drop this back here. It's too muddy. Finally, kind of. They were here yesterday, and they were like, it's too muddy to drop this. It's raining, and I'm sick of this rain and this weather and all of the different excuses and all the roadblocks that we've had on getting this studio up and going. So I was like, just put it on the sidewalk. So they had to get a little approval. They put it on the sidewalk. So let's check this out. This is the foundation of our studio, and there's a lot of wood here. Actually, we can look over here, and we've got quite a bit. The trusses, all the walls, all the framing. Putting this thing up, hopefully pretty quickly, but then we got to finish inside. So I'm excited to see where this is going to lay out. Now let's go to the backyard. Let's go to the pad where the studio is actually going to lay. In the future studio right now, they're going to frame this thing up. So where I'm standing right now is actually going to be the storage room. Okay, so one of the biggest things with video and content is having a place to shoot, first of all, and secondly, storing all the props that we use in all of our videos, all of like the walls and the backdrops and everything like that, to make a space that's like shootable all the time. It's hard to keep everything out of the way. So one of the biggest things that we wanted to do was create a storage room. Previously, we had a shipping container, which is going to be a pretty cool project that we got coming up, turning that storage room into something really special for the backyard. This being the storage room, it's a place where we can actually literally just wheel a door open. It's going to be a barn door, and roll everything into a place where we can kind of hide it out of sight, out of mind. And then this is where the actual studio is gonna start. So you can follow me over here, Lars. Right here against this wall, we're gonna have some stairs that's gonna go up to a second level. This is gonna be a mezzanine level where we have office, editing space, along with 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, because the clients that we have come out, they're coming from all over the world. We want to make this place as convenient as possible to come and shoot content in. So we have a couple bedrooms so people can stay. We have a little bit of a lower space. So this first half of the studio right here is actually going to be a space where we have a little bit lower ceilings strategically, because we want to hang a lot of mounts and props and things like that from the ceiling to be able to shoot top down, flat lay, overhead, and get all the footage that we need. We've loved having a little bit lower ceiling in our other studio. They were actually 14 feet. We had a little bit of a lower overhang that we can mount cameras and lights and everything like that. So the first half will be a little bit lower, 10-foot ceilings, and then the second half is gonna be about 20-foot ceilings. And that's gonna give us that space that we can kind of have that infinity, that like bleed off, right? So when you're filming content, you won't be able to see the ceiling at all. Hopefully it dries up, because this is the wettest winter in St. George history, it feels like. This thing will not dry up. So our hope is we can get rid of this mud. Look at this right here. Living in mud and rain and everything like that, but can't wait to show you guys the studio. Day 2 of framing. These guys are going very fast. We did a pretty large door, a 12-foot glass sliding door, because we're wanting to let a lot of natural light in. I mean, most of the time when we're shooting content like long form education, we can't really use natural light because of clouds, the sun going behind clouds, like the sun going down. So we use that for a lot of the content that we're gonna be doing with natural light. Now, we're actually using some blackout blinds and also some like graphic banners to cover that up with. So when clients come in and when we can customize a set design for them, we're actually gonna be having like this stretch graphic banner that sort of covers, it's sort of framed in front of the window, so it blacks it out and then it provides branding for our customers. So that'll go right there. As we're back here, that's a pretty huge wall right there. I'm like, I knew it was gonna be 2-story, but I'm thinking, this is huge. And these guys are like spider monkeys up there. One of the guys is up there literally on a 2x4, just walking the plank on a tightrope. So I hope we sign that liability insurance, Lars. Next up, we got HVAC. I did not expect this, but we actually had to move some things around because we have these special ceiling mount, wall mount, tripod, custom camera mounts that our buddy Greg is building. He actually built our last wall in our previous studio, but we're mounting these things so they can go up and down, side to side, and be really versatile for the studio. So had to make a couple adjustments. When you're doing a custom studio like this, there's always gonna be adjustments, but building it from the ground up has been so amazing because we're able to do really exactly what we want.
This is big, Lils.
I know, it's huge.
This is so huge.
Is this it?
Wow.
Work, buddy.
Look at that. I have not been upstairs yet. Don't trip.
As you can see, this place is framed up. I'm actually standing on the second story right now. I wanted to go back to what I started this video with, which is turning it into a 7-figure studio, $1 million studio. And what I've learned about life and goals and just like anything that I've done in business, like if I can't think it up here, it's definitely not gonna happen. So in order to have that goal of a 7-figure studio, I'm just, first of all, putting it out there. Second, I do think the fastest, not the fastest, but the best way for us, myself, Laura, the team, to be able to pull this off, to be able to develop a 7-figure studio here, is actually help our clients increase their business by 7 figures. I think whether it be $100,000 you're trying to make or $50,000 or whatever the number is, if you can assist somebody in actually doing that, I think you can pull it off yourself. And so that's how I think we're gonna do it, is we're gonna help our clients grow their businesses by 7 figures. I think that'll come our way. Right now, today, tomorrow, this studio is built for skincare brands. It is built exclusively for brands that want to develop content, both educational and social media content around their skincare companies. Now, for the future, for 10 years down the road or 5 years down the road, I don't know, like it might change, it might evolve, but we kind of built it and designed it in a way that it can evolve for the future. But for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, it's for skincare brands. Now, make sure you're subscribed, because as you can see right here, we're just in the space. It's new, it's being renovated, it's being built, and we're gonna be developing and showing you guys behind the scenes process of how we're building a 7-figure studio. We're gonna show you every step of the way, how we're doing it, all the behind the scenes. And so stay tuned for more, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.